Hey folks, welcome to Donkey Kong Country 3 Tag Team Trouble.
Hey, you remembered what it actually is.
It only took me like 4 tries and writing it down in 3 different places.
It had 3 words, 3 different places sounds about right.
So, for those of you who remember the Lost Levels, this is gonna be a similar experience? Question mark? I mean, we're doing the whole thing in post because, you know, I'm actually doing this thing we call practice, but, you know, it's gonna be really similar.
Man, I can't believe I did this to you. You thought you were getting off scot-free.
You act like I wouldn't have found some garbage for this thread anyway.
It's true. It's true. But you can never escape the Donkey Kong hole.
It's okay. I live here now.
We all do. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, I know, despite giving this to him, I basically know, like, nothing about it. So I'm gonna kind of look up and see where the hell I even downloaded this from.
Okay, so, short version is that this is not quite as extensive of a hack as Lost Levels was. You're gonna see a lot more vanilla and vanilla-esque things. Largely because I'm not entirely sure if it's a design decision or an engine limitation, but it doesn't seem like the hacker was able to change the actual, like, level archetype, I guess? So, like, so here, since we're in Lake Orangatang, so, like, Lakeside Limbo will be a water level, like the first level. And, like, the next level will be a mill level, like the second vanilla
You mean we're
level.
not gonna suddenly appear in Hell Beehive again?
The Hell Beehive was beautiful. But yeah, I don't know if it's that he can't or that he didn't want to. But either way, yeah, the game is going to hew a lot closer to vanilla in that sense.
It's worth noting that when we did Lost Levels, congratulations. When we did Lost Levels, I at least had some, like, very surface level knowledge of the editor. And I had played Lost Levels. If you don't know what Lost Levels was, go back to the old ROM Hackeria thread. It's probably linked in the OP, because I don't know. I just assume that's where it's going to go, but I haven't actually written it yet, because this is pre-recorded.
Wow, just peeking behind the curtain the whole way here.
You bet. I haven't even edited the first VLDC videos yet. Anyway, so I was playing that was DKC2 Lost Levels, so we knew kind of what to expect, or at least I did. And I had access to the editor. In this case, I played a little bit of it, and that was about it. I didn't play through the whole thing.
Yeah. For the record, at time of recording, I'm about most of the way through Cotton Top Cove, so...
Yeah, so we'll see how this goes towards the end. Anyway, I found the actual project page on romhacking.net. It's probably where I got it originally. It just says, here is Donkey Kong Country 3 Tag Team Trouble, a ROM hack of DKC3. This was entirely made with SDK3 editor. All the levels have been entirely modified with new level design, enemies, objects, and bonus placements. Boss and map are the same as the original. The game's overall...
I'm going to briefly interrupt you to point out that pit's fucking stupid.
Well, like... I was about to say that the game's overall difficulty is about the same as the original Arctic, so you'd better get good at this.
No, like, legit, that's fucking stupid. That it has weird spikes. Like, for example, that jump between 2 of the little vertical things, and if you fall down, your choices are get hit by the fish or go through one of the bees.
That just sounds like complaining to me.
Anyway, so to kind of briefly talk about the structure here, unlike DKC2, we actually have to get all of the bonuses in order to see the entire Lost World, and you had better believe we are going to see the entire Lost World. So, The bonuses themselves aren't changed, so those, unlike Lost Levels, those are not custom bonuses. So that's kind of but all the locations are different, though.
Let's be honest, I don't really want to see what what a custom Green Bananas level would look like.
I mean, you'll see some modified bonuses, so that's not nothing. You just won't see any full custom ones.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, I will, for the most part, agree that this game is I mean, it's a little bit harder, but for the most part, I will agree that this is generally similar to the original DKC3 in difficulty. Some of his bonus placements and such, I have a few eyebrow-raising moments at, but by and large, from what I've played so far, I don't have a whole lot to complain about, which is already miles better than what Lost Levels threw at you.
Now, granted, the first couple worlds in Lost Levels weren't too bad. First world especially was pretty solid. The second one the teeth started showing, and then afterwards, we had Swamp Roller Coaster.
So, one thing he does like to do is make these extremely ridiculous coin puzzles. So, that's the steel barrel for coin. And I guess you'll see where coin is.
Gosh, he's all the way past the... Jeez.
So yeah, that's it's not great, but
I guess get it out of the way early. Let the player know, hey, I'm gonna do this. You better pay attention. Regardless, we talked about this back in the DKC2 in Lost Levels. The fact that you can modify these pre-rendered whatevers anyway, pre-rendered graphics, big level chunks or whatever, is impressive. And this doesn't look too bad, because Lost Levels had a whole bunch of, really weird, geometry and things like that. This, it looks proper.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think that is one of the nicer side effects of the whole, hey, you can't really change the actual, level design, so it is sort of, yeah. But yeah, but because of that, the actual levels themselves look a lot better because they're still built out of the same bits that the actual level is built out of.
Yeah, I guess, they don't get too crazy is what you mean.
Right, you can't, it's not like in Lost Levels where, we could have a level like this and then suddenly pirate ship bits.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like that particular kind of thing is even possible.
I'm just waiting for... Oh man, I'm just remembering some of the crazy levels from Lost Levels now. The, well, that was a burst of speed. No, I'm thinking of the ice one where you have to stay invincible, otherwise the ice water just instant kills you.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, fun. Fun for the whole family.
Yeah, no, this game has not thrown anything nearly as dickish as that at me yet.
You don't want the gyrocopter? My god.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's nothing special about the ending.
And yet you're going for the birds.
No, I'm not. I think this is the second banana bird that I get, and it's the last banana bird that I get.
I had the realization, why would I bother doing this?
Nobody wants to see me do those fucking endgame Simon puzzles again. They were fucking stupid.
We did it once. Ah, yes. Speaking of the swamp,
So let's just kind of look at that for a while and then realize we don't have to do any of that shit.
Difficulty about the same as the original.
For the record, that is actually completely optional. As obviously just shown, you can just team throw right over it. And also, it's not really that long. That section would end right here, and it's how you get a bonus barrel.
Oh, you plow through the fish or something?
Mm-hmm. You might even get to see it later if you're lucky.
Oh, this is riveting design. But you can't go up that way, apparently.
I like that. I think that's one of the things I do like about this game, is that the hacker does let you just do that kind of shit.
There's a bit of a sense of humor there. Like, yeah, you can go all the way through here on guard, but you gotta actually go backwards.
Well, also just in general, like if this was Lost Levels would have never let you do something like that. Like, On Guard would have been killed, like, the fucking second you started that section. And you would have had to go up top. Like, the fact that he lets you just play around like that at all.
Oh, you see, it's tag team trouble. That's why you need Dixie to get up to there to get the coin.
Oh yeah, far and away, the biggest, problem, I guess, I have with this hack is that it has a huge over-reliance on team throws. And specifically the Kitty into Dixie one. Like...
So the useful one.
Yeah, the one that's actually useful is just... he uses it all over the place. And I really wish he dialed that back. But otherwise, that's probably my only serious complaint with the hack so far.
I'm gonna have to look up the editor. Just to see how it works, and just in case we need to go searching for some bonus rooms.
And we will, by the way, because there's one that I add... We were talking about this a little bit before we started recording, but, yeah, there's one that I cannot find at all. Like, I've scoured that level, like, 3 times. Anyway, another major point to this guy is that his use of bananas in terms of leading you is way, way better. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but there was a banana in that pit, and that pit led us to the bonus room, which is something that would have never happened in Lost Levels.
We didn't even find all this. We found, like, very few of the bonus levels in that game. Because we just, you know, we just save-scummed our way. We found enough to get ourselves the, you know, the creme coins. 15 creme coins or whatever it was. And then, we never spoke of it again.
Yeah, unfortunately, because of the way DKC3 works, that ain't gonna fly this time.
Mm-hmm. But thankfully it seems to be a bit more, honest with its bonuses. Ooh. Well, alright, damage boosting.
Yeah, that jump is really tight.
Oh, and penguin.
You're like, that's what that jump looks like at full speed.
Yeah, that's really pretty tight for World 1. You're the OG Kong.
I do not believe that is the case.
It's not. Why wasn't he in this game? Playable, specifically.
So Murky Mill, I think, was the point at which I think this was the point at which I was really like, yeah, I actually like this hack a lot.
I'm trying to remember what this is.
There's a moment towards the end that, to me, says, like, okay, this guy totally gets, like, how to use these gimmicks in an interesting way.
So I'm trying to remember. This would be the Ellie with the rats.
Yes.
So, but we're not Ellie, which is different.
No, there's like I said, this level's been modified quite a bit. The actual Ellie and rats bit doesn't even happen until about past the halfway point.
Ah. Squidder's got a horn. He's got a trumpet.
Yeah, the game really does not like having Squidder loaded in some levels.
It's sound effects, whether or not they're properly like loaded into certain places. Like, I assume it's all based off of the sound, because you gotta have certain sound effects playing in certain sound fonts and tracks or whatever. And if they're never gonna show up in there, then you never make space for them. Hello, Bazooka. Oh.
Poor Squawks, someone tore out his vocal cords.
Oh no, poor Squawks.
It's the best he's ever sounded.
Now it's funny, his flap has the right sound, but his spit doesn't.
His spit doesn't have any sound at all.
It has a clap, like a... it's already gone. Oh, hello. I assume that was our steel barrel for coin, who's going to be at the top of this lift. I've played a ROM hack or two in my days.
But you haven't played this one, though.
I am wrong. I guess it was just to be nice to get you through the twins?
I don't know why those doors don't work, which really disappointed me.
You mean you wanted to go back down to the bottom?
Well, in the original, there was a bonus barrel underneath them.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's making me think of Squeals on Wheels.
I say, apropos of nothing, I just want to say that since there's not much else to talk about in this level, I really love the mill theme in DKC3. Like, it might honestly be my favorite song on the soundtrack.
Yeah? It's pretty good. I don't know what my actual favorite would be. I'd have to, like, sit and think about it.
Alright, so this right here, you'll notice that rat that just walked off screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna kill him. Alright, so obviously you have that right there. But we're gonna go forward a little bit, and right there, if you had not killed that rat, you would have ran directly into him.
You'll run backwards and into him? Let me guess, that happened to you?
Yeah, it did. Well, the first time I was playing it anyway. And it was like, that was the moment for me that I was like, okay, that was really clever. Like, that to me showed that, like, hey, this guy gets this gimmick.
RIP bonus.
Now, I got it later.
But it could have been changed. This is content that we need.
Speaking of content that could have been changed, the bosses, still suck.
Look, Belcha was a challenging boss, when I was 6, 7, whenever I got this game.
But yeah, so that's it for Lake Orangatang. It's, like I said, it's alright. It starts off pretty strong. It's not offensive yet. I mean, I won't promise it doesn't get there by the end of the game, but...
Yeah, because neither of us know what the end of the game looks like. I mean, I can see a couple of pictures of it, but, squawks and red bees in the canyon.
Hey, that sounds about par for the course.
We'll see how it goes. Oh, he's showing off the,
So the only difficult part is right there at the end. If you hit that rat on the second ledge, you will fall into the water and die.
Huh.
But yeah, so that's it. That's, like I said, it's not that long of a section. It's quite easy, actually.
Well, cool then. We will see you next time.